What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Blue Bros video podcast. This time we are going to be doing a 2022 NFL mock draft. We're going to do the first round. I'm going to take the even picks. Caleb is going to take the odd picks. We'll see how it gets because the team that we know the most is the Lions. So we'll see how other ones go. I see we also have Caleb's dog in the background. Is he going to be doing picks as well?
I just hope he shuts up and doesn't interrupt me or anything. So he'll probably do a better job with picks than I would.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, do you want to just dive right in right now?
Yeah, let's just go. And we promise we will be faster than the actual NFL draft. So
I would hope so. I don't have 4 hours to spend,
oh
or however
gosh.
long it takes.
Right.
But you are up first with the Jacksonville Jaguars with the number 1 pick. Who are you taking?
All right. Well, I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars will kind of take I won't call it a gutsy move, but they'll probably go for the one with the higher ceiling. And I believe they'll take Trayvon Walker with the number 1 pick.
All right, Trayvon Walker. Okay, kind of interesting because I think coming into the whole draft season, he was like the number 44 prospect,
Yeah, it
and
was
he's like quickly climbed up the boards.
yeah, and I get the hype, and I do. It is not. We're not going to go into a description of all the picks and everything, but there's that whole play on like, do you take a more solid, what some people are calling a safer pick in Hutchinson, or do you go with the one that might have a higher ceiling and Walker? And I could see Jacksonville going with Walker for the first pick.
Rock, yeah, I definitely could see that as well. Now it's my turn for the Lions. In this situation, I believe they would probably take Hutchinson, but I'm just gonna go with who I would take. As much as I like Aiden Hutchinson, and he is like a huge hustle guy, and that's would play very well with Dan Campbell because that's the kind of players that he loves. He'd be a great locker room guy, you know, constant effort, good solid player. But I'm gonna take the guy with the higher ceiling, and I'm gonna go with Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon.
Okay.
As much as I would like to see the quarterback Malik Willis from Liberty, just because I want to see the Lions shake things up, I'm going to go a little bit safer, and I think that Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be the guy to take.
Rock.
So we got number 3, the Houston Texans.
Yeah, well, to kind of go with it, because this isn't like a proven scientific thing or anything, but it seems like once the ball starts rolling, momentum just picks up really fast. And so a lot of times when like one position starts losing options, everybody freaks out. So it may not be their number 1 need, but I think the Texans are going to stay on the edge position, and that they then would pick up Hutchinson at the number 3 spot.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely see that. Houston's one of those teams like the Lions where they have many needs. So they could really go anywhere because I've heard everything from, Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati to tackle to edge to safety. So they're going to be kind of the wild card, I think, of the draft, the first bunch of picks. All right, so at 4, I got the New York Jets. Another team that needs not a lot of help everywhere. I think I'm gonna take Ikem Ekwonu from NC State. Tackle. He also has the ability to play guard. I know that the Jets have a couple decent tackles, but they can always flex him in at guard and move him out to tackle if need be. So I'll take that to solid up that line for Zach Wilson.
Rock. Oh man, so that gives me the New York Giants, man. So Do I keep going with the whole idea that the edge position is going to get depleted right away, or are they going to go with what might be the safer pick? I think the Giants, as things continue to roll on in this situation, I think that they would go for their greater need, which is offensive tackle. So I'd be looking at Evan Neal from Alabama for their first pick.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, they definitely need some help on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Now at number 6, we got the Carolina Panthers. Uh, this one I think is going to be another tough one to figure out, just because I know that coach is on a hot seat, like Matt Rule. So I think he's going to try to want to quickly change things around. And I think he's got a handcuff to that GM. So if he's gone, the GM's probably gone. So I think they're gonna go quarterback.
Mm-hmm. I could
But
see
I
that.
don't think it's gonna be Malik Willis. I think probably the safer pick at quarterback is gonna be Kenny Pickett. So that's where
Okay.
I'm gonna go there. And I've heard that they've had a lot of interest in him as well.
All right.
So number 7, you got the Giants again.
Oh, goody. Well, yeah. So then they've got the opportunity there. Their next greatest need is edge. So since that is depleting rather quickly too, I think their next best option to fill that position would be Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State.
Right. All right, now the Atlanta Falcons at 8. Um, I've seen a lot of people mock quarterback to them, but I just don't think that's going to happen. They grabbed Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
so they at least have him for a year or so, and he's a decent quarterback. But I do know that they have like the worst receiving core in the NFL. So I think they're going to go with Garrett Wilson from Ohio State.
That would
Might
probably
not be
be.
my top choice for receiver, but I feel like he just fits that offense pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I could see that. All right. So Seahawks, interesting needs with offensive tackle and quarterback. One quarterback has already been picked, and so I could see them being interested in Malik Willis. With his skill set and what they've been used to through the years for their offense, I think that Malik Willis would be a good fit. And with quarterback being a hot commodity, I think that they would take him with their 9th pick.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as well. I mean, I'd love Willis to fall to 32 for the
Right.
Lions. I don't think it's gonna happen. I would almost put money on it, but because I think Willis is either going 9 to the Seahawks like you had him, or 20 to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and for context, we're not doing any trades.
No, yeah, no trades.
Yeah, which will most likely happen, but in our situation, we're not going to implement them. So
Yeah. So at 10, I got the Jets again. Last time I took Akem Ekwonu. They got a lot of holes here, and man, he's just sitting there, so I feel like I have to take him, but I'm gonna go with Ahmad Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. I'm not sure he's gonna fall to 10, but in our mock he fell to 10, so I felt like I had to take him.
right. All right, I get the Washington football team.
The Commanders.
The Commander, now the Commanders. I don't know. I'm just gonna still call them the football team. So
Yeah, I'm still in the habit of calling them the Redskins from now and then, so
yeah.
it's okay.
Oh man, defense or offense, wide receiver or cornerback. I think there is more of an upside to the cornerback position by taking Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU.
Right.
So I'm putting that down for the 11th pick.
Awesome. So I got the Vikings at 12. Oh, I think they'd be pretty upset that Derek Stingley was gone because their uh, cornerbacks are pretty terrible. I think they have him as their top need as safety, and man, Kyle Hamilton just keeps falling, so I'm gonna have to go Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame. That those slow 40 times really hurt him in the combine. Everybody was talking about how he could possibly be the best player in the draft, and then he ran slow at the combine, and then ran even slower at his pro days. So, yeah, the slide started.
All right. Well, we got defense for the Texans last time. I think this route they're going to switch over to offense for the offensive tackle position because Charles Cross from Mississippi State is still sitting there available.
Right.
So I've got the Texans picking him up.
So now I got the Baltimore Ravens at 14. Ravens are one of those teams that they always draft well. Like, I can't remember the last time they had a bust. Like, sometimes their guys aren't as good as you think they're going to be, but they're still solid players that stick around for a long time. Yeah, this is tough. I think maybe right around this time is where Jordan Davis is going to go. I think if he doesn't go to the Ravens, he's going to go to the Chargers a few picks later, but I'm going to take him right now with the Ravens.
All right.
Just seems like a Ravens guy to me. Safe pick, big guy, and all defense. That's the Ravens for you.
Yeah, Ravens and their defense with their coordinator McDonald back again. So,
oh yeah.
All right. So, Eagles needing some defense, but do they decide to forego and skip to the wide receiver? And that's tough to say. There's decent selection at the wide receiver position. And then the edge position has kind of been wiped out.
And they also have pick 18 as well.
Yeah.
I think kind of in a good spot.
Yeah. I think they'll just because there's an opportunity later, I think that they'll go with wide receiver because the top two players available are at the wide receiver position. And I think they'll go Drake London out of USC.
Nice. All right, so now we got the Saints that are kind of in a similar position. Oh, they don't really have much at wide receiver, and they could use some offensive line help, but I'm going to go with Jamison Williams from Alabama. It's kind of hard to pass him up there at 16. So now we got the aforementioned Chargers, who I still call San Diego, at 17.
Offensive tackle, interior defensive line. Man. Those defensive players from Georgia, I tell you.
There's a lot of them, and they're all good.
Yeah.
Michigan found that out the hard way.
Yes. They have a reputation, and I think that they will kind of switch things around with that and go ahead and take Devontae Wyatt then for their interior defensive line from Georgia.
Yeah, Chargers, I've always said them like my second favorite team. I'm not sure why. I know I liked LaDainian Tomlinson a lot back in the day. Might be some of the reason, but yeah, they're usually kind of a disappointment like the Lions. So my backup team isn't really much better. But yeah, that'd be a solid pick for sure. So now we got the Eagles. And man, they could go edge, they could go corner. You had them taking Drake London at 15. I don't know why every time I do my own mocks, I always fall back on this guy for the Eagles, but I'm gonna go George Karlaftis,
Okay.
the edge from Purdue. If he just kind of fits that Eagles defense, reminds me like a Fletcher Cox.
Hmm. Well, then we get back to the Saints. So for their second pick in the first round, um, hmm, they do have the quarterback need, and Desmond Ritter is sitting right there. Hmm. I think they're going to feel the pressure because quarterbacks are a big commodity. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if more by the time we get to the 19th pick that more quarterbacks are actually gone. So I think they're going to go with Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too, because he could always sit back a year and let Jameis Winston play, who didn't play too bad last year before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a good situation for him. We got another quarterback needy team, but I don't think the Steelers are going to take a quarterback in this situation.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too early to take Sam Howell.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt Corral's kind of a wild card. Oh, gosh. I guess, what are their other needs? They got safety corner and interior defensive line. Hmm,
Is this where we see a second Michigan player go in the first round?
that's possible. But I think I'm going to take Trent McDuffie, the corner from Washington.
I can see that.
The Steelers love their defense and they love corners, so seem to draft corners quite a bit, so I'll go with that.
Oh gosh, man. I got probably what's going to be one of the most difficult with the Patriots. They always do
they're
weird things.
Yeah, they're hard to figure out.
That knowing them, they'll probably trade this away and not even have a first round pick. So, but yeah, let's see. Gosh, with the way things have fallen, honestly, like I think that it'd be tough for them to pass up on Zion Johnson then for the offensive line.
Yeah, Zion Johnson is another guy that climbed really fast after like the Senior Bowl and the Combine, so
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are really high on him. All right, so the Packers, they're definitely going to need a wide receiver. I think all the years of them not taking one is finally leading to this. I can't. There's like a crazy fact, like they haven't taken a wide receiver in the first round in like 20 years or something ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been something like that, and they always have good wide receivers. It seems like. Let's see, we got Olave and Traylon Burks. I think it's going to be Traylon Burks.
Okay.
He just
That's
kind of, I think with him with Rogers is going to be a good tandem, and I'll probably hate both of them.
more than likely. All right. Arizona. Cornerback, edge, and wide receiver. That's an interesting team to try to find the needs for.
I have a hard time mocking to them most of the time too.
Yeah. Feel like hmm, I think they'll go defense because that's their greatest need. I was thinking about wide receiver, but their two first needs are on defense, so they'll probably land one of those. And man, with all the edge players already gone, I think Arizona. Man, do I throw in a curveball? Oh man, no. I'm gonna try to be more logical because I was thinking about throwing in David Ajabo, But I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more logical, not get too crazy with it. So let's go. I'm going to go with Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson for cornerback
Uh,
position.
yeah, man, Ajabo would have been gone already if he wouldn't have tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a chance he could go in the first round just because of the upside he does have.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably going to be towards the tail end. Speaking of a team that needs an edge rusher, we got the Cowboys up now at 24. They could also use a receiver too. Although I don't think it's as big of a need. I'm not sure why, but I've been thinking about the idea of Boye Mafe going to the Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys are a good team who could give him some time to develop because he's so raw, but he's just so incredibly athletic.
Mm-hmm.
The dude has like a 40-inch vertical. It's nuts.
Is that your pick then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You got the Buffalo Bills now.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were still contemplating or not. I took too long with the Cardinals.
I went with it.
All right. Oh, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. I could see the Bills taking a player like Chris Olave. I feel like he could potentially fit in, but I don't know. I don't know how well he plays in the cold. So, but I'm going to say that that's going to be their 25th pick.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good tandem. Him and Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got the Tennessee Titans at 26. This is another one too. That's kind of interesting. Because the need for a quarterback is kind of far down for them. But I don't really like my options right now. I think in past mocks I've had Desmond Ritter fall into him. And I feel like he's a safer bet than Sam Howell or Matt Corral. Let's see. Lots of linebackers left. There hasn't even been one taken yet.
Yeah, they've been further down on the list.
But I think if Trevor Penning slides this far, that the Titans are going to have a hard time passing that up. They're going to want to shore up that line because they like to run the ball a lot. So
yeah.
All right, so now you got the Buccaneers at 27.
Tom
Brady's back.
The Tom Brady's. Offensive line, man. I gotta imagine it's gonna be offensive line, because it's protect Tom Brady at all costs. So I'm gonna take Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got those Packers up again. And I think they're probably, I don't know, I don't like the edge prospects at this pick. I don't know, that Achilles tear from Ojabo.
Yeah. I honestly feel that that's going to easily push him out of the first round.
I think so too. I think if he gets taken anywhere, it might be a team like Kansas City who can afford to like have a guy sit out almost an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where it's going to get a little interesting. And I think the Packers are going to take Bernhard Raymond from Central Michigan, the tackle. I believe he's like Austrian, something.
Wow, that is quite surprising. That's quite far down the list.
And the Packers always seem to have a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They take these guys that not many people have heard of or from smaller schools, and then they end up being awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Kansas City. Man, I'm getting some big name team, top performing teams here now. Let's see here. I think Kansas City would take. They always seem to make interesting selections and are able to capitalize on them. So I'm actually going to go with Sky Moore, the Western Michigan wide receiver.
Right.
And they have back-to-back picks. All right. Okay. I did.
Yeah. So for the chef's second pick, I am going to go with Daxton Hill.
Okay.
I could see him going there. I figured if you were going to take Daxton Hill, then I was going to take Christian Watson, the receiver from North Dakota State, because he's tall, he's fast. It just seems to fit the Chiefs for me. But yeah, I could definitely see Sky Moore as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Just I kind of feel like in the position we're at right now with the available players that they would not take the first obvious wide receiver choice, that they'd try to build up another player. So all right, Bengalis. Cornerback safety. Ooh, some SEC defensive players here. I could see them interior offensive. Ooh, but protecting their Burrow, their quarterback. Yeah, they're gonna do that. Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa.
From Iowa.
Definitely see them making that move there.
All right, so I got the Lions here again, wrapping up the first round. What I think it's going to be on Thursday is if Nakobe Dean is there at 32, they're going to take him. The Lions were the only top 30 visit with Nakobe Dean. So they're the only team that was like that high on him, I guess. I mean, he's an amazing player, and his instincts are really great. Like that's something you can't teach. But his size, he's only he's under 6 foot tall.
Hmm.
He is 226 pounds. He didn't run a 40 at the combine or his pro day, so that could shy some people off him. But I mean, in our draft here, Devin Lloyd's still sitting there, the linebacker from Utah. And it's really hard for me to pass him up, so I'm going to take him. That guy, he's a linebacker, but he's got like the ball skills of a safety.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I watched some of his highlights, and it's like half of them are interceptions. That was just something I'd love to see on the Lions. A linebacker that can play in coverage. And that wraps up our mock draft.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, kind of interesting how a fellow. I'm gonna actually save this on my the Draft Network profile. It's kind of cool because you can. I don't know if anybody's ever used this site, like our normal listeners. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, you definitely know what it is. But our normal listeners, if you don't know what it is, it's a pretty cool website. If you do the premium access, you can do trades and stuff too. So
yeah, it could be for a fun, good time with some friends, especially if you're more into the draft. I myself am a total noob in this area.
Yeah, I'm definitely the draft guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, any parting words?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, other than it's pretty confident that the draft is going to go quite differently than this, especially just from the aspect that they're guaranteed to be some trades. So it'll be interesting though, because some of the players that we looked at were specifically good fits for some teams, so the cards could still fall that way. So, but yeah, it's coming up faster than you know.
Rock, yeah, only today's Tuesday for us. We're recording this. So, yeah, only 2 days away. And I'm definitely ready for it. I jokingly said the draft starts at 8 o'clock, and the Lions will probably be making their first pick at like 9:30.
Yep.
Because the NFL loves to drag it on. But seriously, like, they'll make, I don't know if you watch it too much, but like the pick will be in, and then there's the analyst guys are still talking about stuff, and the NFL just waits.
It's so
Like, let's
dumb.
just get the pick in.
Yeah.
Like, eventually they do that in like the fourth round, where it's like all of a sudden it's just boom, boom, boom pick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a little ridiculous. Thankfully, we didn't take up that much time.
Yeah.
But I guess, we always end the show with Go Blue. I guess we got some Michigan guys in this draft, so
One pride.
it works.
Go line.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm going to end it with Go Blue because we got Hutchinson and Dax Hill in the first round.
Yeah, it's pretty certain that at least one Michigan player will go in the first round.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, most definitely. Continuing the streak. But as always, Go Blue.
Go Blue.